What is going on, guys? Brandon here. Monday, April 17th, 2023. Share the signal within the noise. Share the signal within the noise. Algorithm hates truth. The only way we are going to spread truth and reality and ethics and morality, whatever you want to say, whatever ism or ality you want to talk about that you think is important, the only way is to defeat the tech overlords, is to defeat them by sharing truth. The bond yields are surging. 3.6, it just hit a second ago. We're going to go through the trifecta here and the big three liquidity indicators as we do every single day. If you want the blog version, the link is in the description here below. But we come in here every single day. The markets are open. Remember, Bitcoin runs 24/7. However, the legacy antiquated markets are only open a few hours a day, a couple days a week. This is so that they can manipulate things when people are asleep or when they're away. Just ask the gold and silver owners over the last 50 years what's happened, right? They say that if the overnight trading hours were not able to be used by the manipulators, by the big commercial banks, etc., like JP Morgan, all them, they say the silver price would be about $233 to $237 per ounce right now. Right now, we're about $23, $25 an ounce. So it just goes to show you we're 10x where we should be if it wasn't for the manipulators and for the head honchos at the top, the overlords running your life. That is why, really quickly, I'm a Bitcoiner, because I am sick and tired of the head honchos, the overlords, the elites, the unproductive class running my life, telling me what I should or should not do, how I should or should not defend myself, how I should or should not raise my kid, what I should or should not put in my body. Go F yourself. How about that? How about you go back Christine Lagarde? How about you go back Bill Gates? How about you go back Jamie Dimon? How about you go back Augustus Carstens? How about you go back into the hole where you crawled out of? That's what we have to say to you. There's a lot more of us than there are you. Your time is coming to an end of your reign. Period. Because decentralized money is here. Decentralized social media is here with Nostr and Zion, Bitcoin. It's here, guys. Your fight is over. I know you've had a long 100-year run with the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergs and all you guys, these dynasty families and all these trying to keep their power and figuring out how they could keep their power over time by pulling up the ladders for all the rest of the people below them. Well, guess what? Time is up. Time is up. Let's get into this before I get any more rants. Please let me know your comments below what you think is going to happen to the unproductive class as their power is stripped away from them, ripped away from them. I don't think they're going to be able to go without a fight, though. Operation Choke Point 2.0, arresting pastors out of their homes for conducting mass, whatever it is. The elites, the unproductive class, is going to put up a fight. Believe me, they're going to put up the fight. They're going to cause a lot more unrest, division, polarization, hate, and they're going to cause a lot more chaos. Believe me, that's why we prepare here. That is why we question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. That's why we buy Bitcoin. That's why we buy gold and silver and food storage and lead and ammo and security and land and water and energy, because we want to be prepared, and ultimately we build community here, the things we are doing together and the people that we talk with and the things we do, because we know that the number one thing is community, and we know that we must get through. We must cross the bridge. We must cross the bridge one at a time over to this other side. This new land is a land of abundance, of deflationary money, of abundance, of cheap energy. This is what Bitcoin provides us. The deflationary money where your standard of living goes up and your cost of living goes down. That only happens on a Bitcoin standard. You notice that doesn't happen with the dollar. It does not happen with an inflationary fiat standard. So good luck. Choice is ours. So the 3-year or the 10-year, we talk about the big three. The dog that wags the tail, what actually is driving markets, right? The 10-year treasury, the benchmark yield has been climbing, right? It's been climbing over the last number of weeks. People see rate hikes coming. So as we can see here, things have been raising. Overall, the last 6 months have been going down. But these are now, there's a one, yellow flag or one red flag out right now. So it's, people are starting to pay attention, right? This gets up closer to 4, things are really going to change. Right? So we got to be prepared. Got to see what's actually happening here. So keep our eye on this. If it goes up to 4, again, things are going to be collapsing, right? Rates are going up. People's debts are going to be harder to pay off, whether it's here in America or there's other countries who hold dollar-denominated debts. It's going to become harder and harder. Cost of living goes down for them. They have to find more dollars to pay their debts back. So this is going to be something to watch. We have to figure out what is going on here, because there's a good chance there's recession coming. So maybe the free market's trying to push these rates up like we see here, but then we manually keep trying to push them down, buy up rates or buy up bonds. This is what the central banks are doing. They do not want things to get overheated. They do not want protests and revolution in the streets because this means their power is coming to an end. They want this to slowly boil you in a pot. They want you to be financially repressed. They want you to be in life insurance. They want you to be in bonds. They want you to be in your pensions, your 401ks, UTFs, buying up all this garbage, buying the bonds that are producing you only 1, 2, 3, 4%, while inflation is 15%. Hello. You are losing. You are the frog in the boiling pot. So wake up or get destroyed. This is the dollar against Bitcoin, getting absolutely destroyed the last 5 years. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Lyle Brainerd, all these clowns running this, the debt going through the roof. This is the life they have planned for you. It's getting poorer and poorer over time to constrict you. This is the Fabianist, communist, globalist plan. Guys, we've talked about these books, Tragedy and Hope, the Communist Manifesto, the Conspirators' Hierarchy, The Secrets of the Federal Reserve, and on and on and on. All these books have laid this out. They've told us what they're going to do. The Great Narrative, The Great Reset by Klaus Schwab. They've told us what they're going to do. You'll own nothing and be happy by 2030. You have to take evil people at their word. You got to take every person at their word. Trust but verify, though. Go read these things for yourself. Don't trust me. Don't believe me. Go do your own homework. We've shown, go do your own research. DYOR, as they say. We've talked about this many times, but we have to do our own homework so we understand what's going on. The DXY, the dollar relative strength, is up a little bit. It was sub 102. Now it's a little bit up above 102. We can see the yields strengthening and going up a little bit and bonds selling off. So people are taking that cash and they've been piling in the dollar a little bit here, right? They've been going into some other asset classes like Bitcoin, gold, and silver. But right now it looks like everyone's raising cash a little bit because people are a little bit unsure. Like, quite honestly, people are a little bit unsure what's going to happen because we see all the warning signs, all the layoffs, all the craziness happening. We know what the overlords want for us long term, but then we see, well, you know what? The Fed's going to have to lower rates though at some point. They're absolutely going to have to because things are absolutely getting destroyed. So what are they going to do? They're going to have to come in, or the whole world just collapses and then the overlords come in and buy everything up, right? You'll own nothing but happy. So this is like the inflection point we're at right now. Do we go into this world of crazy inflation, hyperinflation, or do we go in this world of 20s, 30s style depression? This is the conundrum that the overlords are in. And then to round out the trifecta, we have oil just dropped below 82. It's about $81 a barrel. So this is the war machine, etc., and the kind of the lifeblood of the economy, right? So this has been climbing up a little bit over the last few weeks. People thinking, hey, things are going to be cool, things are going to be good, the economy's going to be rolling, and now it's starting to like, okay, we'll see. This downtrend down though the last 6 months. I mean, overall, people are like, no. There's going to be chaos. There's going to be things going on. There's going to be recessions, depressions going forward. This is why oil has come down overall in the macro. In the micro, in the last week or two, maybe it climbs up and down a little bit. But look at this downtrend over the last 6 months. So understand what we're getting into. This is how you prepare for what's going on. This is why our monthly allocation portfolio letter, I just came out with it last week. It comes out every month, beginning of every month. I show you how we've 15x'd our portfolio, how we've done so well, because the world is in chaos right now. I'm not sitting here trying to pick stocks. Oh, I think Facebook's going to be good. Oh, I think Bristol Myers Squibb is going to be awesome. Oh, Berkshire Class A or Class B. GFY. Come on now. Let's take trends, let's take macro trends and be smart and remove ourselves, look up at 100,000 feet and understand what's really happening right now. And you know what? My yield might be a little lower right now, right? My yield might be a little bit lower. My cash flow isn't as great as it once was or it could be because I have my cash in other things that aren't yielding me money. They're not yielding things, right? And I'm a huge believer in cash flow. I'm the biggest proponent of cash flow. At the same time, though, I also want things I can control. When you head into mass chaos, I can't control my life insurance company that I'm in. I can't control the real estate that I own. I can't totally control those things. But I can control Bitcoin. I can control gold. I can control silver. I can control the lead that I own. I can control the food and water that I own. No counterparty risk there. I get to own it. I know I can survive. But you can't cash in your stock brokerage or life insurance account, or you can't cash in your rental properties when the world's on fire and you're trying to go to the grocery store that's all completely picked over and everything's gone, the shelves are empty. What are you going to do then? You trade your rental house at that point. You're going to try to trade your stock brokerage account or your life insurance company. You're going to try to trade those certificates for something when you can't even get them probably from that company because things are so bad, yet let alone who's going to take those from you. This is a world we're in right now, unless it's astronomical prices, right? My plan is to buy all those assets up in the next 5-10 years when people are literally giving them away, when they are 1 cent on the dollar and people are just like, just take it, Brandon. I'll give you all my assets for that one little thing you have. Then that's why I'm a buyer. I want blood in the streets. That is how true investors get wealthy. Period. We get caught in the sauce. We get lost in the sauce sometimes so much here that we forget what actual investing is. We forget what is going on. And it's investing in good companies and good entrepreneurs, good management teams that provide a good service and better service for cheaper prices for people. But it's very hard to do in an inflationary fiat world. That's why we need a deflationary world. That's the world that we are fighting for. That's the world I was fighting for in real estate. That's the world I'm fighting for in Bitcoin, and that world, and education, and Bitcoin trading cards, and the content I write, and the content I produce, and the videos I produce. It's all for the future. It's all for my children and my grandchildren and all of our children, that they live in a world where they don't have to go get gas at the gas station with a shotgun in the front seat. That's not a joke. Let's think. So that was the big three. Now let's see quickly the big three liquidity indicators. Gold and silver. Gold and silver both dropped down a little bit. Gold is sitting around $2,000 an ounce. Silver around $25 an ounce. And Bitcoin dropped below 29.5. Dropped below 30,000. Again, we see this a little bit of this spooking of the markets. And people kind of in cash all of a sudden. Selling out of bonds a little bit. Selling out of the liquidity indicators, gold, silver, and Bitcoin, and saying, hey, we're in cash a little bit. We're a little bit scared. And not understanding. Again, the cash is it's great for a temporary thing, right? We talked about this many times. It's great for temporary, the next 6 to 12 months. But you don't want it to be in this long term. It's a liability people are told are an asset. It has lost 99% of its purchasing power over the last 110 years, and will lose 99% more of its purchasing power over the next about 10 years. So people, were gawking at that a month or two ago when I put that on social media. Oh, what are you talking about? Yes, it's just going to speed up. We're at the exponential hockey stick curve moment. This is what happens when you are constantly having to print more currency to just stay in power and keep the status quo. This is going to keep exponentially growing, and we'll exponentially get poor if we hold dollars, if we hold liabilities we think are assets. And again, it's a liability because it loses value over time. That's a liability on your balance sheet. An asset is your bearer instrument. It's not dollars anymore. It's Bitcoin. It's gold and silver. It's real, tangible assets that accrue purchasing power or hedge their purchasing power over time. Period. So that's the market update for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on what you're seeing. Let's see if Bitcoin's running while we're doing this. The auditable, predictable monetary supply, unlike banks, unlike the Federal Reserve. Beautiful, working. What do we know? The sun's up. Bitcoin is up, as Nolan Bowerley says. And all we have left to do, as he rightly says, is have a sip of our coffee and talk about what's new. Well, that's what's new, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming to the TED Talk here today and question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. Please, this is not financial advice. This is freedom advice. We must get prepared. The more resilient and the more independent we are, the less we need these overlords, and the more we can laugh at this process, the political process, all the shenanigans going on, Trump getting perp walked, everything. This is a complete joke. The people that are running our country, it's a complete joke. When you're outside the system and you have all these things set up, the food, the ammo, the water, Bitcoin, gold, you're completely outside the system. Whatever, sure. I don't want the grid to go down. I don't want these bad things to happen, but I'm ready if they do. I am ready. And maybe I don't survive. Maybe I'm not there at the end of the day. It is what it is. I'd rather be prepared and give my family the best chance to survive and then thrive on the backside of that than anything else. So I sleep great at night because I'm prepared. I'm as best prepared as I think I could, and we always get better. But get a little bit. My goal is to get everyone a little bit, 1%, 5% prepared. That way it creates that much more freedom and liberty and sound thinking and clarity of thinking going forward. So I appreciate you. Please share this out. The signal within the noise, anytime you hear it, anywhere, because the algorithm hates truth. And the faster we do this, the faster we educate each other, it's not going to be through formal education. Formal education is completely broken, just like science, right? Following the science is the stupidest thing you can say. Follow the money. If you follow the money, that's going to get you much closer to the truth. So please share out any signal you find, because the algorithm does hate truth, and the only way we can get better, faster, and rid ourselves of these overlords, these people that literally think they were born into families that are there to control the rest of humanity. Go read their work, not my words. The faster we can rid ourselves of that, the more we have education, and true debate, and true free speech. The faster we can do that, the better we will all be, the faster we will all be there. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.